All right, welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano, and this is my sister,
Mary Bridget Fasciano.
This is my Wednesday series called Sip It or Skip It. If you guys watched my Monday series on the Frey Ranch Rye Whiskey, I invited my sister to do one of these quick reviews of the Sip and Skip It's. She's where I was about a year ago with the whiskey, so I thought I'd show people where I was in her position a year ago and compare it to where I am right now, a year into my journey. So the way that this part of the segment works is I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, or have my sister spin the wheel.
I get to be Vanna White.
We're going to spin the wheel, pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, and let you guys know if I am going to finish the bottle and replace it when it's gone, keep sipping on it and replace it, or if I'm going to skip it when the bottle's gone and buy something else.
And then I will tell you, as a new whiskey drinker, if I would actually continue sipping this or ask him to give me a sample of something else.
So in the very center, just push the spin.
Button.
Oh,
Glenlivet 12.
how's that for like a beginner scotch?
There you go.
This is one of like the introductory beginner scotches that most people start. That was like total coincidence too.
It's kind of
That's
perfect,
great.
like us.
So let me go ahead and glab the Glenlivet off the shelf and we'll pour it.
Pour it, nose it, taste it, and tell you what we think.
Wrong segment. Oh! Okay. So Glenlivet 12. Do a little bit of a pour. Single malt Scotch whiskey, 12 years old, just like always. She actually might be in the way, but I'm going to throw all of the information for the whiskey up here, along with my Sip It and Skip It tallies.
Smells like a scotch.
And Scotch definitely has a distinct smell. It's the malt that's in there.
More reaches towards my nose. It's starting to smell less like that scotch. Did I get pear?
Well, here's also the thing. You get what you get. I'm not saying yes or no. If you think you get pear, then you get pear. I would always start out by asking a general question. Is it sweet or is it spicy?
Oh, no, that's green apple. That almost has...
I like how she ignored me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying something?
Is it sweet or is it spicy?
It's sweet.
That would be my first question to somebody that's just getting in.
I think I would say it's sweet. And I would say, I think it's fruit sweet because what I think I'm picking up is green apple. Not as powerful as in green spot, but definitely green apple, I think.
I would agree. It is a sweetness.
I got an A.
Well, hold on.
Not so much. An A minus, I think, is coming.
Speaking of getting an A, she cheated off me in college. I failed.
Don't tell.
So I'm sitting in a humanities class. I'm taking a test, and I see her doing this. Looking off of my answers, we get the test results back. She scored higher than I did on the test. So she copied all of my answers and must have
but
changed
didn't give
them.
I always wanted to be the favorite, and so I was never Mom's favorite.
Yes, you
he
are.
was. So
Because I'm the youngest.
because I had to be better at him than something. I know. My brother Michael, I used to do that to him too, and I can't remember which class, and he would get pissed also.
All right, so we do get sweetness, and the sweetness that we're getting is a fruit sweetness. She gets apple, and I get a little bit of pear.
I said that first.
Sorry, I misspoke. I meant pineapple.
Oh, okay. Oh, I do smell pineapple now that you said that. See, the power of suggestion.
Power of suggestion.
Because I knew it was a sweeter fruit other than apple. I just couldn't place it.
All right, cheers. Let's get this on
Cheers.
the palate.
Okay.
These are supposed to be quick.
I don't hate that.
Immediately, the sweet malt comes through. I do get, well, you let me know. Are you getting the same notes on the palate that you did on the nose?
I think I do. I think, unfortunately, we just filmed the Toronto video, so I still have a little bit of that soapiness flavor kind of covering my tongue.
Yeah, the spearmint, menthol, minty.
But I do think I get that apple, pineapple flavor when I taste it.
And so do I. I don't think there is much depth to this from the arrival. Like when you first drink it, it hits the tip of your tongue, then the mid palate, and then it finishes. I think this is pretty consistent all the way through. The oak or the ABV grows just slightly, and then it's over. It's finished. This is difficult to say because we're at different spots right now. I think the finish on this for me is rather quick. As soon as you swallow the scotch, it lingers for a brief bit, and then it's over. So the finish on this would be very, very short for me.
I wouldn't agree. I think I still taste that green apple pineapple on my mid-tongue,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, mid-palate.
I taste nothing on my back palate. Are you
Okay.
supposed to?
Well, it all depends. I mean, some whiskeys do, some scotches do, others
Okay,
don't.
because I don't. I
right.
only taste the fruit on my mid-tongue. Let's go
Get
for
that
that
second
second
sip.
sip.
Definitely no ABV. With me right now, I am past the point of the lower proofs affecting me. So this has no burn, and it's fruity sweet.
It is pretty smooth. This is fun because I totally was not expecting to sit down and do a sip it or skip it with him with a whiskey that was palatable. And I actually like this.
All right, so with that, is this going to be, or would this be, a sip or a skip for you if this was sitting on your shelf at home and you finished it?
I would say that for me, this would be a sip. I think it's easy for a beginner. I think it's easy and delicate enough, and it's not overpowering that as a beginning drinker, I definitely would go back to this and drink it some more because it's smooth and beginner friendly, I think.
I like where your head's at because this would be a sip for me as well.
Yay.
And I would keep this on the shelf for this very reason. Anybody that is just getting into scotches, I think this would be a good one to introduce them to because it is not overpowering with the ABV. It's sweet enough that would capture their attention, and it's not complicated that they wouldn't be able to tell you why they like it. So I guess with all of that being said, let's go ahead and...
Well, can I say one more thing?
You absolutely can.
When you and John being my husband, always talk about what do you taste? Is it sweet? I could never understand. I'm like, none of these taste sweet to me. This is the first time that I would actually say when tasting a whiskey that this tastes sweet because it is sweet.
And I think that might be, I'm just totally throwing this out there and guessing, your palate is being a little bit more
Challenged.
challenged or developed.
I'm becoming more sophisticated. I love that. I like that better than saying you're getting old. I'm becoming more sophisticated.
There you go. Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Seasoned professional.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy your journey. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
This is tasting.
This is really good
You downed that whole thing.
because I was sipping while you were talking.
Is that what it was? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is... I think I could drink that. Like if you guys were at the house hanging out drinking whiskey, this would be one that I think that I would actually drink with you guys.
I think this is the very first time you've ever had this one, too.
Get the f- out.
Hey, we're still rolling. I don't think you've ever had this before. This is the first time you've had this. I believe John and I only had this one time before. And I purposely bought it just because I knew it would be a good introductory whiskey to have laying around. And I don't think it disappoints.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think eventually palates will surpass this rather quickly, but obviously it depends on your individual palate. But I do think that this is a good starter Scotch for those people that really want to, dabble or try Scotch. Even coming from a bourbon, if you're a bourbon drinker, I think the sweetness in here would appeal to bourbon drinkers.
So I have another question comment, I guess, and for people that are really seasoned whiskey drinkers, I guess my question would be, well, I'll make a statement first and then put a question to it. This seems like a summer drink to me. So when I think about wine, because obviously I understand wine way more than I understand whiskey, there are some wines that come spring and summer, you kind of switch away from the heavier reds and move to a really light, crisp white. This to me, because it's very crisp, seems to me like it would be more of a summer whiskey drink. So in the whiskey world, do you do the same thing as you do with wine? Like you switch your whiskeys coming out of fall and going into spring and summer, drink whiskeys that are lighter and more crisp.
Lighter, crisp, and fruity. It's strange that you said.
Yeah.
Well, it's not strange that you said that, but I'm going to tell you right now, yes.
Okay.
People tend to go towards, and you're going to throw up when I say this, during the winter seasons, during the colder months, sitting around a campfire, things like that, people tend to go towards the peated whiskeys.
In the summer?
In the winter, when it's
Oh,
colder.
okay, that makes sense
colder,
to me.
darker
Yeah.
kind of thing, and that's kind of going along with the same thing that you just said. They go along with those types of whiskeys, and then when it gets towards the hotter season, they end up getting something a little bit fruitier, something a little sweeter.
Lighter.
They throw ice cubes in there.
Yeah, that makes sense to
yeah.
me. Yes, because when I drank this, that was one of the first thoughts that I had, that this tastes like a summer whiskey. What I would think would be a summer whiskey, because it's very light and very crisp and very fruity.
Yeah, fruity, light, and crisp.
Yeah.
All right, we're well beyond 5 minutes. So again, enjoy your journey. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Bye. You don't have anything more to drink. And you're not taking this like you took my drink from last time. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Cheers.
Bye.